I'm gonna cry. Which slowly but surely brought me to the point where I kind of lost my sense of self. Oh, we have a lot to catch up on. Let's sit down. Please bear with me while I try to guide you through everything that's happened. Long story short, life happened all at once. When it rains, it pours, kind of. We moved. And then I quietly spiraled into a very shitty burnout without even understanding what was going on, noticing or realizing what kind of trouble I was in. And I also became a Canadian citizen. This is probably the most random combo you would ever hear, but let's deal with it chapter by chapter. So, I don't know where to start. We moved. And I wish I could say we spent the first few weeks turning the place into a cozy Pinterest dream, but in reality we were just surviving. Work really gave us no grace period at all, and we lived in a mess for nearly a month. Only the essentials were unpacked to get through the day, but we had no energy for decorating, no energy for organizing, just the bare minimum to function. Thankfully, we only ended up getting a new TV stand, and that was it in terms of the new furniture, because our new place is a little smaller than the previous one, so instead we needed to downsize a bit. Oof. Good morning. Today's Sunday and I feel a little bit dead today. I've got a lot to do. This is the last weekend before we go to Toronto. Kinda have to make sure that everything for the week is prepped. Oh, and yeah, literally 3 weeks in a new apartment. We had to take a trip to Toronto for my friend's civil ceremony and my brother's birthday. We drove, which was the first quiet, exhausting part of the trip. And then we stayed there for a week. We were both working literally non-stop. We barely did something fun outside of work, only those 2 events that I mentioned. So don't even ask. I need to do a grocery run also for a few things to take with me to Toronto, so like it's a lot. And I'm also working on the YouTube video that I haven't finished yet, so I'm thinking today I'm gonna really push through and try and finish the video. But yeah, I'm just gonna make something quick to eat and then start working. My entire life is just... Looking back at this footage, I seem okay, just maybe tired, maybe a little worn out, but this was actually the very beginning of a burnout so deep I did not even recognize it for what it was. At that point, I was already deeply unhappy, but I couldn't really pinpoint why. Yes, obviously work has been extremely demanding, but I had never felt anything like this before, and honestly, I did not even know what burnout looked like. I'm also gonna have some rice. I soak it in hot water because the rice was cold. And this is actually the thing of Korean people from Soviet Union, which, you know, the group of people I belong to. I don't know if actually people in South Korea do that. Anyway, and this is just... Oof, my mom made it when she was here. It's kind of like a blended hot pepper with garlic and spices. And I just like to put that on top of the eggs, and that's gonna be my breakfast. Oh yes. I just kept pushing through the days, checking off tasks, telling myself that I was just tired and this one Sunday will really fix it. I would slip in and then go out to eat dinner, which will make all of my negative feelings disappear. But as it turned out later, it wasn't just me being overworked and stressed. I slowly started feeling disconnected from everything that used to bring me joy, such as, you know, work, creativity, even basic daily chores like cooking or cleaning. I would be physically weak because I wasn't really resting. I could cry literally out of nothing because I guess my nervous system wouldn't handle it anymore. So yeah, it was just an unexpected turn of events for me for sure. Okay, it's 5 o'clock and I just finished editing the video. Finally, some videos when you get to the end of it, you just start hating it because it's so much. You keep staring at the same footage for so long and you just want to get it done. So I kind of felt this way about the video that I'm about to post. For dinner tonight, we are heading to have some ramen. So I'm gonna quickly get ready. It's super gloomy and it's raining the entire day, so I feel like I'm craving soup. I don't know if I want to do full makeup, honestly. I know that, and I don't want to do any makeup. I ran out of most of my makeup. I don't have foundation, I don't have a concealer. Like, this is all I have, but it barely has anything in the tube. So I need to do a very big Sephora shopping trip, and I hate Sephora. I just can't really spend too much time there. First of all, it smells like all of the freaking smells in the world gathered in one space. And every time I'm there, I just have a headache. Also, all of the prices right now, it's honestly crazy. I very rarely spend money on makeup. Whatever I buy, I end up using it for like 5 years, you know? So yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm ready. Hungry actually. I've been snacking a few times today, but I feel like I want like a full-on meal because it's Sunday night.
2 ramens?
Each person?
Yeah.
No, I get 1 ramen and I want karaage chicken. Maybe a few portions. We'll see.
Would be nice. Am I cute, yes or no?
You cute.
Okay.
We've never been to this place. It's called Kazo Ramen. We already got some apps and they look fabulous. I really want to dig in. Let's do it. Okay, I'm ready for proper chillaxing now.
Nice.
On the couch. And I wanna watch Friends. And I need to post a video.
Head northeast on Avenue Montreal toward Avenue Colonial.
This ramen was really good. The noodles are different. I'm used to the like thicker noodles, and this one actually didn't have an option, so they were all on the thinner side, but they were really good.
In 400 meters, turn right onto Rue Saint Denis.
Can you stop talking? Okay. I shouted. Anyway, I don't think I've had ramen with thin noodles, the one that I would like, but this one was incredible. Okay, we go home and we're gonna chillax. Bye! I don't want to make this video depressing whatsoever. I just want to kind of paint the whole picture of what those few months looked like. Unfortunately, I didn't catch or didn't act on my condition timely, which slowly but surely brought me to the point where I kind of lost my sense of self. Not only mentally and emotionally it was draining, but also physically, and I think I'm gonna make a separate video about it, just sharing this quite painful journey of mine. Because again, like, I didn't know what burnout was like. I didn't know that all of the unattended stress and unattended tiredness can lead you to the point where I ended up. In full transparency, those few months flipped my life to 180. That was definitely not the goal for 2025. But what was my goal for 2025 was to become a Canadian citizen. And during all of this mental breakdown season that I was having, I did receive an email invitation for my citizenship ceremony. And you guys, even now talking about it, I still have goosebumps because it's so surreal. The number of times that I wanted to quit and return back home, because Canada was tough. It was very lonely. At times it felt like Canada was everything that I cannot handle. Now, sitting here and talking about me becoming a Canadian citizen, obviously it's been a few months already, but I still can't believe that, considering that I am a big crybaby. And for me, the biggest challenge of all throughout my immigration process has been being away from my family, because we're just living on 2 different continents. It's too damn far. With years go by, I have less and less opportunity to keep visiting back home, and I start crying. I'm still mentally not 100% okay, as you can see. But this moment of my life was kind of a realization of one of the biggest achievements of my life so far. Even during the ceremony when we were pronouncing the oath, by the end of the oath, I started tearing up just because of feeling of, I don't know, accomplishment. Like, finally it is over, it is done. I can now relax. I can now not worry about it. I have 37 minutes left until I become a Canadian citizen. I know a lot of people still have their ceremonies online since the COVID times, but mine was scheduled in person, which I was really happy about. I kept having goosebumps pretty much the entire time I was there. It's in a way shocking that these past 7 years flew by so fast, and I feel like a completely different person now. Back then, I couldn't even imagine that this day would come so soon and would feel like a split of a freaking second.
And that I will faithfully observe the laws of Canada. Including the Constitution, the Aboriginal and Treaty rights, and fulfill my duties as a Canadian citizen. Félicitations, congratulations!
That day my heart was so full with gratitude towards everything, because I believe that you always need a certain element of luck and being at the right place at the right time kind of thing. So I definitely wouldn't be here if the stars weren't on my side.
Alors, 1, 2, 3, merci! Le Canada est un grand pays, alors n'hésitez pas de rêver en grand. It's a big country, so feel free to dream as big as you want.
That same day, we invited some friends over to celebrate, which was another awakening moment, because for about 2 years in Montreal, we didn't really have friends, and for most of our birthdays and celebrations, it would be just the 2 of us. But from the beginning of this year, things really started to fall into place, and by now, we can proudly say that we found our little circle of warm and like-minded people, for which we are incredibly thankful. I look like a hobo, but my passport just arrived. Oh my goodness, I'm so nervous. Oh my god. I'm gonna cry. Oh my god. I can't believe this. This is crazy. I'm gonna use this baby very soon, because we are headed to Mexico, and I was actually stressing that the passport is not gonna arrive on time, and then I'm able to actually enter Mexico with my Russian passport, but I won't be able to return to Canada without any document, because I had to give up my PR card on the ceremony. But I'm glad it arrived on time. I remember when I got my PR and I used it for the first time to enter Canada, I didn't have to respond to like 20 questions of the border officer. I just had to go scan my thing, and they were like, welcome home. I'm like, what? The border officer tells you welcome home? But with the PR, you still have to go through a different line at the border, whereas with the passport, you can just fast track to the exit, and I can't wait to experience that. Wow. A few weeks before my ceremony, my friend planned a trip from Toronto to Montreal. At that time, we still didn't know that I would be having a ceremony, but the timing was kind of fortunate because we could celebrate it together, and then we had a weekend to spend just walking around the city, and I really needed that time with her because even though I had this big event happening in my life, I was beyond miserable. I didn't know how to help myself to fix the way I was feeling. It was really hard for me to accept the fact that I'm not well, and also admit that for me to feel better, I would probably need to take a few steps back, and this is never something you want to do during immigration. I've been always craving that stability, and once I got that, I was like, there's no way I'm letting that go. It's funny how your life might seem perfect from afar, but in reality you're going through the roughest shit. I felt conflicted because the qualities that helped me fight through the difficulties of immigration and as a result become a citizen are the exact same qualities that are now doing more damage to me actually. Overworking and overachieving is not sustainable in the long run, and having someone close to you, someone who really cares about you, say that it's okay to take a step back if you need to, someone who can tirelessly listen to me complaining and going over the same stuff just because they know I need to let it out. And I love my friends. And I love the fact that even now we mostly see each other a few times a year, it is still same meaningful, and the level of trust only keeps growing. Me saying these things now make me think that I am one them like a human being, and it's just a rough patch that I'm going through, but soon enough I'll be able to clearly see how wonderful my life is and what beautiful people I have by my side. It's going to take time, but I'm working on it, and I am truly hopeful. Oh, nice. So, yeah, this is the recap. I'm sorry that it ended up being kind of heavy, but I needed to talk about it because my future content will be a little different from what you used to see. Now, I'm really happy that I have this creative outlet where I can express my thoughts, where I can share my experience and maybe help someone else who's going through a similar stage in life. Again, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye.